Yo, 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 we got another rewatch going on today. We got Mr. Persley in the house. How we doing, guys? Um, yeah, let's get this thing rolling. I don't have a ton of time. My sweetheart went shopping, and I've prepped all the food, and I think I've got 15 minutes. She's not very fast when it comes to shopping and stuff, so we will see. I don't know. I might have to pause and then finish this later. But, we'll pick that speed up. Our teams are Taylor as the Gujaras, Joel as the Romans. How often do you think about Rome? Chase as the token Hispanic, and Ugly Jr. as the Franks. Let me be frank. On the other side, Michael is matched up against Jono, our classic Frank. He doesn't branch out too often from that. I think about Rome all the time, apparently, because I'm the Romans. Barzy is our token Hispanic, and Jake McKean rocking it as the Rootin' Tootins. Our treaty is up. As you can see, I was ready. My whole team was not. So I just, like, sat here, just, like, playing with my stuff. And, like, I didn't go in. Like, I just sat here, and finally I was like, guys, I'm bored. I'm cutting. I'm not going to just let them cook and dictate. On the other side, Michael's cutting as well. Getting ready for that. Here in the middle, I could have been through. Like, I'm just sitting here playing with my dinghy. And Michael gets in, and Jono's like, alright, here we freaking go. I'm not scared. YOLO. So we got Frank on Frank action. A little incestuous, if you ask me. In the middle, I'm going here. We got Joel building a bunch of crossbowmen. Joel, do you know what the Romans do? They don't. That's not their strength. On the other side, Michael has pushed forward, pushed Jono back. He's even put a hole in. Yeah. And Michael gets in immediately. And where does he go with these? Straight to the back. Le bleu. And he's in. On the other side, a lot of fighting. So I've turned all my dudes here. On the other side, we got this going on. As I've missed it, but Jake also has started fighting against Taylor over here. So we got Taylor beating Jake. Jake cut in, and Taylor was like, nope, not going to do it. We got me and Joel. Joel has pushed me and Barzy back. On the other side, we've got Jono fighting Michael in the back and the front here. It seems like Jono and me have kind of gotten this under control a little bit, but we got to get Michael out. So Michael's gotten that out. We can see that Joel and Chase are taking over here in the middle. On the bottom side, we've got Taylor just kind of throwing pin cushions at it. I don't know what this is. This is a weird, like, trickle going on here. The real fight in the middle. We're going nuts, and I got to pause. Oh, sorry about that. My wife called. She's going to be here in a bit. So, fight is continuing here in the middle, going crazy. On the other side, Michael is putting so much pressure on Jono, but Jono is holding really well. On this bottom side, Taylor has beaten Jake McKean back, and Jake is holding for dear life, but those camels are going to do very well against the siege that he's throwing at him. So Taylor seems to be swinging things. Michael's just holding again. Jono's got his dudes in the middle. It's nuts in the middle. We got Joel throwing everything, Barzy's throwing everything, Chase throwing everything. We're all just hoping for someone to hold. On the other side, it looks like Taylor has just gone all over poor Jake McKean. And Barzy's come to save the day. In the middle over here, Joel is winning. I'm holding. Chase and Joel versus me is not a recipe for success. On the other side, Michael is putting so much pressure on poor Jono. I think this is his second castle he's built over here. And Jono's just slowly trying to take him back. On the other side, Barzy and Jake are putting a mountain of pressure on Thaddeus McGee. But at the expense of in the middle, Joel and Chase are just slowly taking over. You can see they've worked their way in and destroyed all this line and really could be in more than they are. I'm having to build castles in the back here. On the other side, Michael is doing terrible things to poor Jono. But on this side, Barzy gets in. Where's Barzy gonna go? Where is he gonna go? He plunges. Taylor clicks the button and he finds these. Goes. Where are you going, Barzy? And he's right there. And that's gonna be there for a while. Watch the yellow dot as long as we can. We see that Jake is also pushing on in, but because of that, Joel and Chase have destroyed my forward operating situation here. I've had to build backwards here, so this is now my like operating zone because I've lost all of this. On the other side, Michael has completely destroyed poor Jono. So, and we see that Barzy's got stuff right here. Barzy's come to help a little bit. Looks like we've pushed people out. Joel's got some guys here. We've pushed Joel and Chase back, but they were all in over here. They had to swing to save Taylor. And we see that Jake is fighting against Chase right now, and Joel is over there to help out as well. Barzy goes to help on this side. We see that Michael is still all over poor Jono. You got double castled on castles. Barzy's coming to save the day. Barzy's just everywhere. Like, these yellow are just insane to watch. Over here, the fight zone has kind of reestablished right here. You can see that they've gotten Barzy out of the back. Here in the front, Joel is doing terrible things. We see that Taylor's starting to destroy more of Barzy's forward operating stuff. And Barzy's over here to help contribute on this fight in the front. Jono is walled off again, and he's just surviving. If we look at Jono, Jono's got 100 villagers. Taylor's got 138, so they've both been hit very significantly. Here in the middle, the fight goes on fairly slow. On the other side, Barzy has reawoken with Jake, and they are pushing together. You see Chase is here. Taylor's fighting for his life. Taylor really thrives when he's not focusing on one spot, but rather supporting in every spot. So this is good pressure on Taylor. On the other side, Joel is going nuts. I'm trying to just wall stuff off, and it's happening. I've double walled here, or double gated to kind of slow things down, but we can see that they are taking out my forward operation that I was rebuilding. Effing Joel. On the other side, Michael is doing terrible things to poor Jono, and I'm actually sending infantry to help out over here. On the inside, we've got these guys and Siege. We're going to see how that holds. On the other side, Barzy and Jake are fighting like lions, and Chase and Taylor are fighting together to stop it. We've got a lot of red, a lot of blue, a lot of orange, and a lot of yellow going on. But Michael has just completely taken out Jono's base. So we're sending troops over here, but they're eating everything I'm sending at them. It's doing nothing. Jono's got his cavalry going. We've put a bunch of castles on the trade, which helps keep the riffraff down. But you can see Joel is just going nuts, and we're just holding a bunch of dudes against a bunch of siege. On the other side, Jake cut around, and Barzy has plunged again with another, 60 or so. We got multiple castles in the trade, though. I hope that that's a safe spot for him. Not sure it is. On the other side, Michael is all over. Joel is all over. And Jono is going nuts trying to keep things alive. Michael's he's just all over. Poor Jono. Jono's down. Jono's at 101 villagers, so he's losing villagers by the second. And trades right here. They are on the trade. On the other side, Barzy has put dudes in the trade as well. We see Barzy and Jake are just doing work over here. Taylor is down to 116 vills, so he's also been hit. We see Joel has now pushed in the middle again, but Barzy seems to have come to my aid a little bit. On the other side, Jono pushed. I think that we fed Jono is what happens here. So Jono gets fed and just kicks out so many troops really fast because he's got all this pop cap and just spends a whole bunch of free resources to kind of swing the battle over here. Michael's trying to move forward. Jono is hungry. In the middle, Joel is fighting angry on the side. We see that Jake has kind of taken over here, we see. Barzy's still in the trade over here. On the other side, Michael is just... the 2v1 there is strong. And over here, Barzy and me are fighting as well. Moving inch by inch forward. Jake has now decided to send troops up here. And Barzy and Jake are fighting together on this side. Holy cow. Things are getting real. And it looks like Jake has just blown this side open. We'll see if Taylor can respond. Here in the middle, got a lot going on. And I'm trying to take out these stupid bombard cannon towers. Bombard towers? Is that what they call them? That's what they call them. Sending troops up to help Jono on this side. The game has kind of swung, it feels like. Man, this side was just gone. And Barzy still got troops over here. Joel's trying to take care of them. They're fighting in the middle again. And are they going to take out this? Yeah, they took out the Trebs. And Jake is like, I'm sending in the Rams. Holy towers. Taylor was not messing around. But that's what you got to do when your opponent's getting into your trade. You've got to protect it. And towers are a great way to do that. And that's the game. So, my wife is seconds away from getting home. Let's look at some statistics. For military score, Jake McKean with that high military. Jake, Barzy, and myself all in the 50,000s. Michael with 46. When we look at units killed, I killed the most units. I'll take that. But Jake had that beautiful KD and all those building raises. Michael, worth noting, 134. Had a great game there. When we look at economies, Michael had the most food. Kind of by... No, Barzy was close as well. Wood, 130 to Chase. And pretty alone. I had 113 and Joel had 117. Stoned, Taylor was by far the most stoned. Most gold went to Barzy, 160. Talk about a sultan there. And then trade profit, looking good. Barzy shared 40,000 resources with Jake and Jono. And Jono almost got 40,000 alone on his end. On the other side, not as much sharing, but they didn't need to. So when we look at our speeds, Michael with that fast feudal and fast castle. Our castle times are slow on this game. Like, we got multiple 20s. Like, usually a 20 is pretty slow. But our imperial ages, everyone was imperial by drop, and that's the truly important one. I had the most castles. Barzy had the most relics, and you can see it with his gold. Yeah. GG, guys. Our unit numbers stayed in the 2000s for a while. That's pretty high. Means that everyone was sitting at about 250-ish. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know. Either way, until next time, we out.